It's News Now Ohio, guys. I don't know what's going on. Something. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to?
Traffic stop, sir.
A traffic stop? Oh, a traffic stop. It takes two of you? Well, guys, I want to tell all the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day. I got my Happy Father's Day today. My son called me and told me Happy Birthday or Happy Father's Day. Of course, neither one of my daughters did. But, you know, it is what it is, guys. I'm just out walking around. My flat tire, still got a flat, so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I got me a Happy Father's Day from my son. That made me happy. See, my son's a good boy. He's a father he's got 4 of his own, and he's got 1 stepson, and he's got another one on the way. And he's a great father, a good guy. He's a good man. He's very respectful, just a good, all-around good guy. And you know, he understands that the hardships of raising children. I mean, he's got 5 of them, you know, 1 on the way. And he knows me and his mother did the best we could. And yeah, he didn't get everything he wanted when he was growing up, but he understands that because his kids don't get everything they want. He understands that. But he doesn't hold things that I did in the past, mistakes I've made in the past against me today. You know, he's a grown man. You know, he says the same thing I do. People need to grow up, face responsibility for how their life is, their self, and don't blame it on someone else. Don't blame how you've got your life and what your life is now on anybody else. If you're a grown adult, you make your own choices and you decide your own decisions. You don't get to blame mistakes you make on other people. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, I grew up in a children's home. Okay, I grew up in the D Street Children's Home here in Hamilton, Ohio. I had no mother and father. You know, I didn't have a mother and a father to tell me before bedtime, hey, now go brush your teeth before bed. You know, people make fun of my teeth, but honestly, that's why my teeth are the way they are. Because growing up, I never brushed my teeth. But I didn't have parents telling me to. You know what I mean? I didn't. You know, I was a kid. I didn't want to brush my damn teeth. What kid does? You know. But you know, I didn't have I didn't have a parent, a mother or father to tell me, oh, don't play in the traffic and don't go down by the river. You might drown. We had people that was hired to work there that told us to go play in traffic and go, hey, why don't you go swim in the river? You know what I'm saying? Because they give a fuck less about us. You know. You know, I was abused as a child, and I would never abuse any of my children. None of my children were ever abused. But you know, I was abused. You know, I was took away from my father and my stepmom and put in the D Street Children's Home because my stepmom beat the shit out of me one time, and I put thumbtacks on the steps because she had to come downstairs. My room was in the basement. I was never allowed to leave the basement. So I put thumbtacks when she beat me real bad one time. I put thumbtacks on the steps. So when she come down to do laundry, because half the basement was finished and the other half was concrete, and that's where the washer and dryer was. And there was a concrete shower in there, over on the other side. I put thumbtacks. When she come down to do the laundry, she stepped on a bunch of them. My dad was a semi-truck driver. He was going 5-6 days a week. Well, that night he was due home that night, and she told him what I did, and he come down, he beat the shit out of me, you guys. I mean, I'm talking about he picked me up and threw me against the wall. I bounced off the wall, landed on my bed. I mean, all kinds of shit. I mean, he physically beat me like a grown man. I was 9 years old, and the next day, well, that was on a Saturday. So Sunday rolled around. Then Monday morning, well, my stepmom was so stupid that Monday morning she sent me to school. Well, I went to school packing a black eye and a busted nose and bruises all over my body. And they took me in the principal's office, asked me what happened. I told them exactly what happened from start to finish. And police came, children's services came. They took me right immediately. I never went back to the house. And they put me in the D Street Children's Home. Of course, we were up for adoption in there, but I was too old. Nobody wants a 9-10-year-old kid. They don't want to adopt it. Oh, everybody wants to adopt babies. So, we were all there. The older ones were all stuck there to live because nobody wanted us. But that was the abuse I took. And that was just from my dad and my stepmom. Hell, I left South Bend, Indiana when I was 7. My dad come and got me because my real mother was a drunk, and she beat me badly because she hated my dad. I've always been dark complected, you guys, no matter what. You know what I mean? During the winter, summer, I've just got a lot of Indian in me. My great-grandmother was full-blooded Indian. I'm straight off the reservation in Oklahoma. She used to spit on all the grandkids and call us little motherfuckers. She's like, "Get away from me, you little motherfucker." She chewed Red Man. But, yeah. But anyway, I was always dark complected, and my mom was drunk and on the couch, and she was like, "Go take a bath." And I was at 7, so my sister ran bath water for me, and I got in there and I took a bath. And I went downstairs. I was asked for a snack, and she went nuts on me, telling me how she told me to take a bath and I wasn't clean. So she took me upstairs by the hair of my head, run scalding hot water. She just turned on hot water, nothing else. Poured 2 gallons of bleach in the water, put me in the water, burning hot water. My 2 sisters and my brother screaming at her to stop, yelling at her, "Please stop, Mom, please stop." I'm screaming, I'm hollering because the hot water's scalding hot. She gets an SOS pad, a Brillo pad, and scrubs me till I bleed with an SOS pad. Like the ones you do with dishes with? Yeah, one of those. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it was horrible. But yeah, it was horrible, guys. So they got the guy in the back of the cruiser, I guess. So that's called abuse, you guys. But it's all okay, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. I made mistakes as a parent. I'm not going to say I didn't. I'm not perfect. But I think I did a good job raising my kids. I have 3 children that none of them do a drop of drugs. They don't do any drugs. They don't smoke. They don't even smoke pot, you guys. None of my kids even drink. My son occasionally drinks a beer, occasionally, but very rarely. So anybody who could say that, raise your hand. Anybody who can say that they have multiple children and none of them, and you have any of them, or you have all your kids don't do a drop of drugs, I mean, you've accomplished something, I think anyway. But it is what it is, guys. So I guess they're taking this guy to jail because they just bagged up his phone and his keys. So must have had a warrant on him or something, so who knows. This cop just sitting right here off of this bend without his emergency lights on. Hey, that's like the worst place you could park. I'm really serious. Just giving you heads up, man. He actually scooted up a little bit. I guess he realized I was right. I guess they're gonna tow it, guys. I guess old House's Towing's getting a good day today. They made all kinds of money at the checkpoint the other night, and they're literally right here. House's Towing's like right behind these houses. There's right behind these houses is UPS, and then House's Towing. So they ain't got far to go. We have unit 494. I think the guy over here is a supervisor, actually. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's a supervisor. All right, guys, I think it's pretty much over with. And they're just waiting on the tow truck, so I'm gonna call it a day, guys. This News Now House signing out. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.